Okay, I think I'm live. Well, I got inspired to make this video earlier today when I was going through kind of a rough day, actually. I mean, it wasn't horrible, but it's funny how my perception of what is a rough day has changed over the years. You know, a rough day used to be something where catastrophes were happening. And now, anytime I'm really just feeling kind of blah and somewhat purposeless, I would call that a rough day. My tolerance for pain has definitely gone down, and I wasn't really having any major problems, but I was just noticing that I didn't feel a sense of real joy and inspiration in the things I was doing. And I finally hit kind of a breaking point where I realized I wasn't happy. That's kind of the first step, and by the way, this whole video is really about how to be happy, because that is the goal of life. It's about getting in touch with our source, getting in touch with our purpose, and then allowing everything to come from that purpose, which is happiness. And A Course in Miracles does teach that God's will for me is perfect happiness. So if I'm not feeling happy, then it's worth investigating. And that's what I really want to explore in this video and share some of the techniques or some of the ideas, some of the principles that I found to be so incredibly helpful for me. And I also want to share a song that came to me many years ago, which is based on the metaphysics of A Course in Miracles. And I'll give you a little bit of context first before I share the song. So, earlier today, like I said, I was just feeling kind of blah and purposeless. And I sat down and I just got still. And first of all, I want to say that just that first step of sitting down and getting still when you're not feeling happy is something that can be very difficult. I think that the ego in our mind is constantly trying to convince us that we shouldn't do that it's more important to just keep moving and just keep on going through the motions. And yet, and I was even just I was going with that voice for most of the day. I was just going through the motions, trying to get things done, not feeling a sense of joy, and finding it kind of hard to actually get things done because I wasn't feeling the joy. And then finally hitting that breaking point and sitting down and praying for help, basically saying, okay, I've got to get in touch with what this is. I've got to get to the bottom of this. And what came to me pretty soon after, which is one of the ideas, one of the principles of A Course in Miracles, was that this problem of not feeling happy right now is a decision that I'm making. And it's a problem that unconsciously I'm actually wanting to have. Now, a lot of people would hear that and say, well, that's crazy. Why would anyone want to feel bad? And this is where the metaphysics of A Course in Miracles can be very helpful, because basically it's kind of like, how little children sometimes, or maybe when you were a child, little children will sometimes do something that they feel guilty about, and they know that they're going to get punished from their parents. And so instead of just waiting for the punishment, they will attempt to mitigate that punishment by punishing themselves. And A Course in Miracles is teaching us that this is actually the psychological underpinnings of what's happening every single time that we are having a problem, whether it's an emotional problem or a financial problem, a relationship problem. They're all really the same problem. It's all an attempt to mitigate the punishment that we we believe we deserve, which is crazy. But it's not. You first have to see where that comes from, and this is so unconscious to us. We actually believe that we have separated from God, and that it's possible to be separate from God, from all that is. And this belief is what's underneath all the pain, all the guilt, all the fear that we experience. But we're not usually in touch with that. I would say that until we've gotten to the point where we're ready to wake up completely from believing that we are actually human beings in the world, and we're ready to just return to the unified awareness, heaven, enlightenment, oneness, whatever you want to call it, that until we're at that point, then as long as we still value the world, we're not going to see where the pain is coming from. But this is why A Course in Miracles was given to us. It was given as a means of beginning to just take those first steps of opening the mind to see that my mind is actually incredibly powerful, and that all these problems I'm experiencing are coming from me. They're coming from me, not the mini me, not the personal me, not the Erik self, but that they're coming from my mind that is dreaming this dream. They're coming from the dreamer of the dream me. And that's actually what my song is about. It's a song that came to me many years ago about, it's called It's Only Me. And it's based on the metaphysical principles that there really aren't other people out there. There's really just one mind. There's one mind that we all share. And this mind is the dreamer of the dream. And it's really my mind, because we're all one. And if I want to be happy, I've got to take responsibility. I've got to first, accept that any type of problem I'm experiencing is coming because I'm actually wanting to have that problem so that I can project the guilt that I feel deep in my mind for the separation from God onto that worldly problem, even if it could be a physical problem I'm having, like an illness or a sickness or a disease. That's all disease, all sickness, and all relationship problems, all financial problems, all perceptions of something is wrong in my life are simply a perceptual problem that is a result of wanting to project the guilt from the mind that thinks it's separate from God out onto the screen. And so I got to tell you, today when I sat down and that came to me, this thought that, I'm wanting to have a sluggish day here. I'm wanting that, and then I just prayed on that. Why do I want that? And then the teaching started coming into my mind. Well, I'm wanting to feel like I have a personal problem because I'm trying to mitigate myself from the punishment I believe I deserve from God. And I'd rather perceive myself as having this little problem as a personal self than face the real problem that's happening in my mind, which is a perceptual problem. So lesson 5 in A Course in Miracles says, I'm never upset for the reason I think. I was going along and thinking, well, I'm just having a bad day, or I have this tendency to just become kind of apathetic, and it's just a personal problem that I have. And then I try to kind of figure out a solution. Well, I just need to kind of get moving. I just need to get into function. But even trying to just even trying to break the habit or break the pattern on the level of form isn't going to work if I'm not in touch with the fact that I first am choosing to have this problem. I've got to first take responsibility. And so I think I'll share this song with you, and you'll probably recognize that the lyrics are pointing to something very deep that I love hearing them. Yeah, that's actually why I wanted to do this live video, mostly for me, so that I could hear this song again and really reinforce these ideas for myself. So it's called It's Only Me. Everyone that I see and everything I perceive is me, and now I'm free. And anytime I believe that somebody else is the cause of my grief, I need to stop and see I am deceived. 'Cause it's only me. I am the dreamer of this dream. I've just got to learn to see it's only me. And when I'm afraid, it's only of thoughts that I have made. There's no one outside to blame. It's only me, and I am free. And everything that I perceive is just a part of myself that longs to be free. And I know in my heart, yes, I know in my heart we can be. 'Cause nothing's in the way except an insane thought that said I'm full of shame. But forgiving you is showing me the innocence in me. And I'm yes, I'm free in the innocence I see. Yes, I'm free to love, and I'm free to shine, and I'm free to share this peace of mind. 'Cause I'm one with you, and you're one with me, and we share the same soul eternally. But I fell responsibility. Finally, 'cause it's only me. And I'm free in the innocence I see. 'Cause everyone that I see and everything I perceive is me. And I am. I am free. Yeah, it's just amazing how quickly things can shift when we pause and are willing to really look and really, contemplate the cause, the real underlying cause of whatever we're experiencing, whatever problem, whatever lack of peace in whatever form. Just by going, okay, there's something fishy going on here. I have a very powerful mind, and it's not like things are just happening to me. It's not like I'm at the mercy of anything. But this is a conscious choice that I'm actually using. I'm using the dream. If I'm not feeling good, then I'm using the dream as a scapegoat for my own guilt. I'm basically saying I'd rather blame my guilt on something else other than my own mind, my own decision. And just when we first acknowledge that, it's kind of like in the first step of the AA program, the 12-step programs, where you first have to admit that you're powerless over alcohol. Well, I would even say actually in terms of what I'm talking about with projecting onto the world and thinking that the world is the cause, it's actually helpful to first accept that I'm powerless over the world itself. I can't, and even over this body, I can't really fix the problem at the level of the problem. Even Einstein said that. He said that you can't solve a problem at the level at which it exists. You have to transcend it. You have to go beyond it. You have to go to a deeper or a higher level where you can see the problem clearly. And so you first have to accept that you're powerless within the dream. But then you come back and you see that, okay, I'm choosing to use the dream to blame something other than myself, other than my own mind, for the pain, the suffering that I'm experiencing. And then we can go even deeper. Like, I love, some of you know David Hoffmeister. He's a Course in Miracles teacher that has been my teacher for many years. And when people have asked him, someone asked him once, what did you use to get out of suffering when you were going through your own healing process? he once said that he would use lessons 5, 6, 7, and 8 in A Course in Miracles, and he would use those 4 primarily. Basically he would basically just he memorized those 4 lessons, and I've memorized them as well, just because of listening to David's testimony on how helpful those 4 lessons can be. And basically, lesson 5 is I'm never upset for the reason I think, and that's kind of the first step I was just talking about, just accepting that there's something else going on here. I'm not really upset because of what's happening around me, or even because of a feeling in my body, even because of an emotion or whatever I'm going through. There's something deeper happening. And then I'm never upset for the reason I think. Lesson number 6 is I'm upset because I see something that's not there, which is quite deep, actually. That it's basically saying that I'm upset because I'm hallucinating something. I'm perceiving a world that isn't even really there. And then lesson 7 says I see only the past. That this world, and that's another principle of the Course, is that this whole world is a dream that was over a long time ago. It actually isn't happening right now, but it seems to be. Just like a dream you have at night, it seems to be really happening. And lesson number 8 is, I forgot lesson 8. I'm never upset for the reason I think. I'm upset because I see something that's not there. I see only the past. And my mind has gone empty. But essentially, it's an opportunity to just take responsibility and go, okay, there's something happening in my mind here that's going on. It's not really because of the world. So yeah, I feel so grateful for these teachings. And I noticed today that when I had that shift, that I suddenly felt happiness come in. My mind felt like it began to expand. And then I got a prompt, which was to do this live video. And by prompt, I mean like a guided, like a guidance that came in that felt inspiring. And it also felt a little bit scary, like, oh gosh, because I haven't done a whole lot of YouTube lives before, and the technology is a little bit new for me here. So I felt like, okay, I think I'm supposed to get on YouTube and share this for myself to reinforce it. And then ever since then, I could feel my mind just continuously expanding. So again, just to give you some steps for whenever you're going through a challenging moment, I would say just be willing to stop and pause and really look within. And then be open to the idea that whatever the problem is, there's a part of your mind that actually wants to have the problem. I would rather have this problem right now than be happy, because there's something I'm afraid of. And again, like I was saying in the beginning, it's this sense of punishment, this sense of impending punishment and doom that we believe is coming to us. So I'd like to take a moment right now and invite you to just join me in that, to join me in contemplating that, in contemplating the idea that whatever I'm going through right now in my life, it's something that my own mind has put there to distract me from going within. That my mind is actually very powerful, and it is the dreamer of this dream. This whole world is a projection of my mind. And the problem is never what seems to be happening. It is simply a lack of willingness to to look within, to look at the real problem in the mind. To look at the fear. And face it. And all we need is a little bit of willingness, just a tiny bit to get the momentum started. Anytime we're upset, we just need, if we can muster just a little bit of willingness, or even if we can't seem to do that, we can pray for a little bit of willingness. We can say, Holy Spirit, please help me become a little bit willing here, because I can feel I'm stuck in a loop. I'm stuck just trying to get things done, and I'm basically running away from some deeper fear. Help me to get in touch with the fear so I can look at it and dispel it through my awareness of it. That's the only way that fear can dissolve, is through looking at it directly. It'll never dissolve by running away from it. So I'm going to play one more song before I sign off here. And this is another one that came to me several years ago. And it's called If Not Now, Then When? Everyone I see is a thought of what I used to believe. I thought I was alone and separate, till you told me it was just a dream. And it takes no time if I want to see it. If I want to stop feeling this pain. I forgot the chord. If I want to stop feeling this pain, I don't have to keep on falling over. If I just let you in my heart again. And if not now, then when? I thought I was a symbol of shame when I forgot your name. I thought I was alone and different, until you told me that I'm still the same. And it takes no time if I want to hear it. If I want to stop feeling this pain, I don't have to keep on falling over. If I just let you in my heart again. And if not now, then when? If not now, what then? I know the pain will never end if I don't let you in my heart again. So if not now, then when? If not now, what then? I know I'll finally be at peace when I just let you in my heart again. So So if not now, then when? And it takes no time if I want to see it. If I want to stop feeling this pain, I don't have to keep on falling over. If I just let you in my heart again. And if not now, then when? If not now, then when? Okay. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. And if you want to hear more of these ideas and drop into deeper and deeper states of awareness and inner peace, then I invite you to check out livingmiracles.org. It's a website that has a lot of profound teachings from David Hoffmeister about how to live A Course in Miracles. And he also does, and as a community, we do these monthly online retreats. And you can do them from anywhere. You can do them from home, on your laptop, or even on your mobile device, and join in to an online retreat with about 100 other people. And they're just a really beautiful way to join with others and ask questions and really experience what living A Course in Miracles is about. And this next one in December, I think it's early December, the first weekend, is called The Forgiven World. And so it's just about coming into that state of perceiving a world without judgment. So livingmiracles.org/events if you'd like to check that out. Okay, well, lots of love to you. And I wish you all the best. Feel free to write to me, and for my next video, I might answer questions, so feel free to email me your questions. I'll put my email in the description below. It's Erik@livingmiracles.org. Okay, love you.